Hello all, this is Terry Rushing, and I'm currently in my backyard where I'm going to build a temporary shelter. Something rather quick that I can use. I've chosen this area right here. I was going to only use a machete, but I changed my mind. I'm going to use a rake to kind of clean it up a little bit, and the machete to procure some of my materials for the building of this. And I've already started clearing some of the vines from overhead, and those will be used later, and you'll see how in a bit. Okay, so now I've cleared out a little bit of area here where I'm going to be putting up my little shelter. But I found a few things that are not quite what I wanted to see. This, my friend, is poison ivy, and I've got several pieces around here, so now I'm going to get around to getting rid of that, because you don't really want that in your little campsite. Okay, so now I've got my main pole strutted up between two existing trees. These trees are junk trees anyway, they're going to go away, so it doesn't make any difference that I chopped into them. I lashed them on with vines from a, what is the name of them again? Well, anyway, it's a vine. Those that I tore out earlier. Some of those that I tore out earlier. And I lashed them on there, so you have to be kind of careful with them because they do have thorns. Alright, so I'm starting to get the uprights in. I have quite a few more to cut. So, like I said, I have a lot of junk trees out here. They're earleaf acacia, and they're an invasive species. So I need to get rid of them anyway. So I'll just cut them down, and they rot very quickly. So this shelter is probably not going to last very long. It's a few months maybe at most, because these will rot and just fall apart. So I'm just showing this now. If you had a hardier type of wood to use, it would last much longer, of course. But I'm just building this just for fun and the class. So here we go. All right, so here we are this evening. I got some of the uprights put up, some of the poles. They don't have to be even or anything. They just have to be steady to hold up the rest of it that's going on the back. So and I lashed these all in with, those are Smilax. It's one I couldn't think of a little bit ago, the vine. I've harvested a bunch more of that. They're everywhere. I'm not going to run out of that anytime soon. Nor am I going to run out of any of these earleaf acacia. Like I said, they won't last long. Once they're cut down, they tend to rot very quickly, and especially if the inner core of the tree hasn't formed yet, which with most of these it hasn't because they're young. But once it starts to get, when you cut into it, you can see the inner core of the tree getting dark. That's when that's the hard part of the tree that will last a lot longer. But these are mostly young trees that I'm cutting down. Like I said, they're invasive, so they have to go away anyway. And this is where I'm at right now, and I'll pick it up again tomorrow sometime. I got my little area cleared right here. There's some of it, and I need to clear out a little bit more because I need to have a place for a little fire right in here. I got some big trees right here, big palms. Right there's some nice one, a palm and a pine. And I've got some really nice trees out here. But like I said, I'm only cutting the invasive stuff for right now. And sooner or later, it's all got to go away. So that's it for tonight. Okay, so I'm out here today harvesting some materials. Some palm fronds, green ones. I wanted to get green ones because they dry out very quickly. And I'm planning on having a little campfire right about here, right in here, after I clean this up a little bit when this is done. And so I'll have me a little camp. We'll see how that works out. Alright, so here's what I got so far. Just lacing those palm fronds in and around each other, and some of the time I'm using some palmetto fronds also. They have little spurs on the sides of their stem, and they can help hold on. Some of these are lashed in with some of those vines that you saw me using earlier. Some are not, some are just kind of laced in there. So I'll just continue with this and we'll see where it gets me. So I came out here today to do a little work. Seemed like I got a visitor. Hello, little buddy. I don't think he's going to charge me, but he might. You can't tell. He's a good-looking guy. Look how pretty he is. See if I can zoom in on him a little bit. Oh yeah, there he is. Look at that. I wonder if he's been hanging out in my camp. Huh. Don't know. Hi, buddy. Oh yeah. He sees me. He's gonna hang out for a while. I'll just let him be. So I'm guessing the tortoise decided he had about enough of my silly antics. So he's come back here and he's burrowing himself into some debris and detritus, whatever you got out here, all the leaves and everything else. So good luck, Mr. Tortoise. I'll see you again soon, hopefully. All right, so here I am at the back portion of my property, and my original thought about building a shelter out here was going to be to use this downed cypress. This came down, Hurricane Irma took this down, and it's hung up there, but I don't know how secure, so I didn't want to take a chance on it falling down on me. It's what they call a widow maker, and I don't want my wife to be a widow. It's still pretty solid. I mean, that doesn't sound solid there, but it is down underneath the original layer here. It's pretty good and solid. So it could hold up. I mean, as long as it didn't fall, knock it loose up at the top and have it fall down on top of me. There's another one of my brother's golf balls. He'd been hitting out here for ages. I don't know why he felt the need to just knock golf balls out in the backyard, but whatever. That's him. So, make myself way back towards the front here. And so anyway, looking at that was my first option. That was what I originally thought about doing, was using that down tree, because it's really good head start. You've got the structure already there for you. All you have to do is put up some lean-to stuff. And you can, as you can see here, this is where I harvested some stuff. Some of the palm fronds and stuff. These just got rid of. I didn't want those, the dried out ones. If they're looking black and dried out. This right here is pepper hedge. That all has to go, along with a lot of other exotics I have out here. I have a lot of saw palmetto and a lot of sable palms, which most people call them cabbage palms, but sable palmetto is the proper Latin name for them. And so I used a lot of that. And for the structure, I used these earleaf acacia. That's what that looks like. The leaves are, I can show you some leaves here in a second. So I didn't really feel bad about taking any of these trees down, because there's what an earleaf acacia looks like right there. I didn't feel like bad about taking any of these down. So anyway, this is what I ended up with. A bunch of sticks piled up, some pond fronds piled up on top of them. I took some of these vines and shored everything up. Just kind of bound them up as best I could get them. They work best when they're still green. You get the brown ones and they just snap off. If you get them green and use them to bind something up, as they dry out, they're just going to hold that shape. So you don't have to worry about them coming loose later. I use different ones. That's a grapevine right there. And those are the ones I was telling you about, the thorns. Smilax, yeah, they have thorns. Anyway, I guess I could get in here and sit down and have a drink of water. Cleared out a spot out here to put a little fire. I don't know if I want to or not, though. There's too much. There's a lot of dead and dry stuff laying around, so I'm probably not going to start a fire out here. unless I run a hose out here and be sure that I could put it out if it got out of hand. But you know, just one spark is all it takes. And you can see how dry it is around here. So yeah, it wouldn't take very long for this to just all go up, which I don't know if it would be a bad thing. One last thing, let's go check on my my tortoise. See where my tortoise buddy went. He was burrowing in back here, and yeah, I think he burrowed himself in right through there. Right in that one little area. Right there. He's down in there. But that's cool. I let him sit out here. He sat out here most of the day. There. Watched me play my little games over here. So, well, that's what it looks like from the backside. It's probably not going to last very long. But the only thing I wanted it to do was to shelter me from, you know, keep the dew off my head at night. I would be able to hold some heat if I built a fire, maybe up close here. I'd still need to close in that end there. But that would reflect some of the heat straight back. Put a fire like maybe right in here without getting too close. And I kind of wanted to put a overhang here too, so I might finish that up yet. But yeah, that's basically what I got. So I don't know if anybody wants to try this, but it took me a little while, probably a total of 5-6 hours maybe, because I take breaks every once in a while. So but it's fun. I had a good time building this thing. I guess I'm still a kid. I wanted to build a fort. Behold, my fort.